This week on Storytime with the Roo Bus, we're catching up on what happened at Bonnaroo 2025, and we're looking ahead at Bonnaroo 2026. We're kind of taking a chill weekend and just hanging out in the backyard with you. Welcome to Storytime at the Roo Bus, a weekly podcast about Bonnaroo and other festivals. I'm your host, Sharla.
Hey everybody, it's Daniel, and if you're watching, you can see we're back in the backyard again today. One reason I wanted to come back here is today is sadly and officially the last day of summer.
It is.
It's also Earth, Wind, and Fire Day. It's the 21st of September.
Oh.
Did you remember?
No.
The 21st of September?
Did not remember. I'm sorry.
I only remembered because they were advertising some special that's going to be on CBS this evening, where it was like, honoring the legacy of Earth, Wind, and Fire on today, of course. Did you go stop and see them when they played Roo some years ago? I want to say it was 17, maybe?
They were playing against someone else I wanted to see. I remember this.
I remember I walked by and Kendrick Lamar showed up and did a song with
Oh,
them.
that's cool.
I was there for about 5 or 10 minutes because there was something else I was dying to see. And I felt a little shameful about it, but I did get to see their whole show at Okeechobee with the crew that was down there. And can I tell you something?
Yeah, you can tell me anything.
It was a wild night. For about 5 minutes, I was like, man, Big Boy is going like kind of old school with his music lately. Because they were playing songs that I didn't recognize was Earth, Wind, and Fire. Because I'll be honest and transparent, there's only like 3 of their songs I really, really know. So I'm like, oh, this is a party. Big Boy, he's like doing stuff other than hip hop these days. But he was playing after them.
He played after them.
Yeah, he played after them. I was confused about the schedule. But yeah, that was fun as well. Of course, he did a lot of Outkast songs and that turned into a party. That was a fun night. Cool. I remember I was hanging out with Richard from the Monkey Bar that night, and he brought about a dozen beatboxes to everybody to our little spot. You have told that story, yeah. I know. I don't know what that must have cost him. Those things are like $15 at festivals.
I bought one at Bonnaroo this year, and it cost me $16. With
what?
By the time I paid the tip and everything, it was $16. Maybe it's even higher than that.
All right,
it was close to 20.
We'll get back to that in a minute. I want to tell everybody we are kind of taking a week to take a little bit of a break. If we had decided to take weeks off, I think we would have taken this week off. But now that we're really investing in the video thing and we're really making sure that this is kind of like a flagship communications thing for Totem, we went ahead. So this week, there's no real plan. Me and Charlie are just in the backyard, just going off about whatever. I got a couple of things in mind I want to talk with you about, but just wanted to kind of give everybody the lay of the land. I think what we're going to do is wait until next week and get reports from both Shaky Knees and Riot Fest.
That sounds great because everybody is there except for us.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of bummed out about it.
But we did get to go to a lot of cool shows in Huntsville this weekend, and we have one more tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow, finally, a year after we were supposed to have, we're going to see Blink 182. They were supposed to play South Star here in Huntsville almost exactly a year ago, and they got rained out, which is kind of funny because it's kind of looking like it might sprinkle rain out here right now. But we were talking about this the other day. We had a whole crew here at South Star. It felt like 20-something people here at the house that were crashing with us for 2 days. We were all supposed to see Blink 182 together the Sunday night of South Star. But now it feels like so many of us are seeing them at different festivals and shows this weekend.
This weekend, yeah.
So
which is wild. I've seen so many people post about it.
Riot Fest, Shaky Knees, and then here in Huntsville tomorrow night. That's wild. It's kind of funny how these things work out. All right, we have a lot to get through. I want to go back to what you were saying just now.
That we've seen some good shows like Saxsquatch?
We'll get to that as well.
Okay.
No, I'm going to go back even further. You were talking about $16 for a little carton of Beatbox, right?
Something like that, yeah.
All right, since we really have no agenda this week, you can say I'm not holding a phone, I don't have a laptop, no iPad or nothing, no notes like we usually have. This is totally improv as we go here. Do you think concessions prices have gotten a little out of hand in Bonnaroo the past couple of years?
Yes, but I know why they've gotten out of hand because it costs so much to be a vendor there, to be a food vendor.
It does, I understand. Speaking of South Star, our good buddy Brandon, that's been to Roo with us a few times, he lives literally just a few miles that way. He works in food service. He's done like restaurant stuff in the past, right? And him and his wife and whoever they were working with at the time were working a food truck at South Star a year ago. And he was telling us about how much it costs to have the point of sale system that they require.
Yes, because they require like a certain POS system and the fees and everything associated with that. So I understand why costs have risen.
Yeah. And like there's a big fee for them to even be there in the first place. It's not cheap for the vendor. I don't know the full financials of it, but like you just said, I am a little understanding that it's not really on the vendors themselves. It's kind of like a whole economic environment issue. But no matter what factors into it, I do think things have gotten a little too expensive.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
How much was a slice of spicy pie this past year? Do you remember?
It went up to like, it was at least $10, if not more, but I can't
Ooh,
remember.
Yeah. I remember in my day, I hate to sound like an old, but I remember it being $5 or $6. Inflation has struck the festival market as well. It has made it tough. I have talked with a lot of people that have decided that they are bringing way more in with them these days to their campsite.
Mhm.
They eat a good deal and have like a good lunch before they head into Scenery. It kind of reminds me of that joke that you see on like these festival circles, this meme that says like, all respect to these ladies that can like go a full day at a festival on 2 chicken strips.
Well, I mean, I personally don't want to cook at Bonnaroo.
No.
I'm not going to spend my time cooking. Absolutely not. I mean, some people do that and they love it, but I could never do that. But I do bring lots and lots of shelf-stable camping food.
Yeah. We used to try to cook at camp. I brought a little grill and we would try to put on steaks or burgers or something. And we could do it, but man,
It's the cleanup.
it was not worth the hassle.
Yeah, it's so much work.
Well, I was the one cooking it. I was burning up out there.
Well, I know I tried to cook some like quesadillas or something last year. So I had bought like a little grill, like a little tiny like propane whatever, one of those travel ones.
You had that in your propane
And I
accessories?
felt burned up. Like I thought I was going to have a heat stroke. And that for me, yeah.
Yeah. And you got to clean everything up.
Right.
You might have to bring extra dishes. Well, you could do paper plates and stuff. But to me, yeah, it is too much a hassle. I like having stuff that's like easy to make really quick that you don't have to cook. My go-to festival thing has been like those little tuna packs in a tortilla the past couple of years. And you can get them in like all kind of different flavors. So like if you guys go to like the grocery store, you'll see these things for like $1 and you can get them like barbecue flavored, Thai flavored or whatever. It's different kinds of tuna or chicken.
Well,
And
we
like,
also get that. Yeah, we get
Yeah.
that and we'll put it on a tortilla. Now, this is a tip that I've been given recently, that I've been giving out recently. Tortillas, not bread. Bring tortillas with you. Don't bring bread. It's going to pack significantly better because they're flat and they just in the little bag. You could throw them in wherever and they're not going to crumble and they're not going to get smushed and you're not going to get crumbs everywhere and ants and so forth.
plus you can throw them
Tortillas.
like a Frisbee.
That true.
I think that happened at a Mac DeMarco show one.
You know where I got that tip from about the tortillas?
Who?
The astronauts. They
Oh,
don't have
yeah.
bread.
Yeah.
They have tortillas instead
Yeah, you can't have anything that crumbles.
because it would crumble. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll get in the instrumentation and everything.
Mhm.
There was a Simpsons episode about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Though it's chips though.
Yeah, well, you remember
yes.
Homer was floating around and ate it and everything. But yes, that's very, very
And you
true.
can also get, what we'll do is we'll take those little chicken packs, tuna packs, whatever, and we'll use those. And you can get like little tiny cans of like, or little tiny things of like black beans and little corn and little things like that. And just throw them on there and you've got like a little burrito or whatever.
Yeah, that's worked very well for us for a number of years now. I do like getting something when I go into Scenery or when I go into whatever it's called here at Halloween here in about a month and getting something nice. Yeah, it has gotten pricey, but I just get like one thing a day. So it's not like too crazy. I kind of allow myself about $20 for something good.
Exactly,
You know?
exactly.
My go-to in Scenery the past couple of years for like a good dinner has been Hattie B's. Like they slap.
Were they there this year?
I don't remember. There's a lot
know.
I don't
Yeah.
remember, maybe purposely so.
So
I
my
don't want to
go-to is
remember.
still the little Cajun stand that's over there by the witch stage
Yeah.
because you can get red beans and rice and it's so much food and it's not expensive at all. I think it's like $12 or something. And it's like a giant bowl of red beans and rice and we'll throw in some hush puppies or silent dogs. That's what my dad calls them, silent dogs.
Silent dogs.
They'll throw in some hush
I
puppies
wish your dogs were silent.
and it's so good. But I do recommend getting that on Thursday or Friday. Don't wait until Sunday because I tried to get some on Sunday in 24.
Oh, was it leftover stuff?
It was crusty.
Oh, gross.
It was
man.
not good.
Ooh. Yeah.
And also, I'm just going to say it, the girl was making it with her hands.
Oh.
She was
you're-
throwing them hush puppies, yeah, like
That's a
with her
food
hands.
service no-no,
So I
man.
was like,
Yeah, maybe not.
But Thursday it was great.
I also have liked island noodles.
Mhm.
Andrew got me on that. He was eating them, and I gave it a try. I've been getting that every now and then. Pondo got me on the, oh gosh, what's the name of it? Those burrito looking things? Roadie rolls.
Oh, okay.
He got me on that. I finally tried it last year.
We had them on the podcast.
We did have them on the show. I didn't have one this
The
year
owners,
because
not a roadie roll.
the roadie roll was like human. It could talk.
No, we had their owners, Suzanne and Corey, that own roadie rolls.
Yeah, I remember
you
did
chaotic concessions.
You had them on when I was traveling one week. That was pretty good. But no, I didn't get one this year because everything got so chaotic and I didn't get the chance. It was one of those things like, yeah, I'll get this Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then those days never actually happened.
Oh.
Okay. I'm going to spin it to that now. We are, 3 months removed from the whole disaster with the rain out now? How are you feeling today about what happened and Rue moving forward? I feel like it's a good time to check in about that.
Significantly better. How about you?
Yeah. I mean, for about like 2 or 3 weeks after the rain out, I was kind of angsty. Like, I hope I'm old enough now to like recognize my emotions and let them pass. I was like looking for something to blame, and I really shouldn't have. That was kind of silly of me. But after the fact, I have, realized that the truth of the matter is nothing could have been done. It sucked, but we had to get out of there. I don't think that there was any infrastructure that could have been done, in the time they did have when they saw that it was probably going to rain to have fixed things in time. Now, we have seen, and I think we talked about on a previous episode, that they are doing some work out there.
Yes. Someone posted a photo on Reddit of like literal like excavators and stuff on the farm. And someone replied and said, hey, I'm driving the excavator. We're like doing all this work.
Yeah. I don't want to out my Bothan spies, but I had seen some pictures of some work that had been done actually in the group area over the past couple of weeks. It looks like there's a big gravel pit out there. I hear that the group area is going to be improved. I dare not say anymore because I think I'm kind of like pinky promise embargoed on that. But I do know that like the group area is going to have some cool stuff going on this year. I hope we will be able to officially talk with the right people about that on the show. It'll honestly probably be after the lineup announcement, but I think they have some cool things in store from some stuff we learned.
Can we at least say we do know that the Wednesday group party is coming back?
That is definitely coming back. I think we can officially say that. I think I can say this. This is cool to say. So like Maddie and Andrew had a meeting with some of the people at Rue this past week, just making some, long-term preliminary plans about what's going to happen. And I'm not going to say, first of all, because I don't know what I can say. Second of all, it's not my announcement to make. I'll let them talk about it in the future. But yes, that party will be back. And I think some additional things may be happening. That's as far as I should go.
I'm very excited for them.
Yeah. What are you drinking over there, by the way?
So I'm drinking this is one of my go-tos. We've been going to this, they put in a walk-ons. I don't know if you guys have one of those. It's a chain place. But this is one of my go-tos when I go to walk-ins. It's from Birmingham. It's the Snake Handler IPA.
That's got some Alabama history.
Yeah.
Snake Handler. That's got some Alabama history in it.
Yeah, we'll tell that story later. It's from good people out of Birmingham. And
or not.
So the glass, so what I did is I've been going to so many thrift stores now. I'm a big time thrifter. All of our glasses in our house are from different breweries around the country. And I mostly find them at thrift stores. So this is from St. Arnold out of Houston, Texas.
I haven't even seen that one. When'd you get that?
I don't know.
Houston,
last
Texas.
week, yeah.
Man, Houston is like one of those towns where like it takes an hour to get to Houston from Houston. Like
I've
it's
only
cool.
been through there.
Yeah, we drove through on the way to Austin about 4 years ago, and like the traffic's a nightmare, man. What?
They were not lying when they said the carcinogenic coast. The guy in Bernie.
I love Texas, man. By the way, if you're watching, I keep having to scratch my legs.
Same.
We got some bugs
bug
out here.
spray next time.
Yeah.
I was thinking that same thing.
I spray for bugs out here in the backyard all the time, man. Well, they're going to be dead before too long because the first frost is probably like 2 months away, I suppose. But yeah, going back to like the conversation about Rue and like where we're at, we just talked a bit about where things were left and where they're going and everything. I think there are a couple of big things that all of us in the community have to be on the lookout for as we go to this very slightly rebooted Bonnaroo next year. So I think one is infrastructure upgrades. That's been the big topic on everybody's mind. I don't think that there's a ton they can or even should do in terms of like water drainage. Obviously, there's some they need to do. There's some stuff that can mitigate things in case like another deluge happens. It likely won't, but you still need to be prepared in case it does happen. You know, be a Boy Scout or just a scout with that, be prepared. Another thing I think we have to be on the lookout for is how they communicate. So we are kind of in a slightly new era now that Bonnaroo Brad from the Discord has taken a new gig, and now we have a new festival director. So Brad kind of signed off on the Discord about a week or two ago, the Festiverse one, the one that Live Nation owns.
Mm-hmm.
And we haven't heard from the new person yet. We've been hearing from Corey a little bit, but there hasn't been like a ton of communications just yet. I understand they probably want to wait until they have a ton to announce.
Obviously.
It is kind of like a new approach for them, because I remember back in the day when there was a slightly different team behind the scenes over there, you would see all these kind of filler social posts all throughout the year. You would kind of see like a meme or a related picture on a holiday or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, like on the Super Bowl day, you would see some picture of Bonnaroo and say like, hey, our big game happens, every day during Bonnaroo or something, something goofy, just to kind of be part of the conversation. They don't really do that anymore. They kind of like go radio silent for a number of months. But when they do come back, I do think that we need to hear like, hey, what are these improvements that are being made? I've heard they probably plan on doing a little bit of that. I don't know exactly what.
Well, didn't they, when they put out the last statement, I believe that was in there.
I think so, yeah.
It said we're not going to use these flooded areas. We're going to do XYZ. I mean, I can't remember, and my phone is dead, so I couldn't pull it up. But I believe that's already been said. I think we need to move on.
Well, yes and no. I think it has been said, but I think, and this isn't to, throw anybody under the bus. It's sitting right over there. That's pun not intended. I think you have to put your money where your mouth is and like show it on video or show her some pictures. Like, okay, this is what is happening. Because I think a lot of people were left a little uneasy after what happened, and probably would feel a lot better if they actually saw some evidence
that's what you're saying. Yes.
Number 3, something crazy just fell out of the tree over there, whatever. Number 3, lineup. I think this is a make or break lineup year. I think even though they probably are trying to find ways to save money, and this Thursday thing is going to look a lot different, I still think they have to have a more than competitive lineup this year. I think you have to have headliners that wow people. I think you have to have headliners that aren't at other copied and pasted festivals. Like, this is one drawback of being part of Live Nation. Now, let's be clear. If Live Nation doesn't own Bonnaroo, Bonnaroo doesn't exist at this point. But a problem with that is Live Nation has lineups essentially copied and pasted for many of their events. So I think if Bonnaroo's going to have the same headliners as like 3 or 4 other festivals, that's a mistake. It's got to have stuff that makes Bonnaroo be Bonnaroo. Headliners, mid-card, and undercard all included.
Okay, you can say all that. They're going to have whoever sells the most tickets and makes the most money at the end of the day. It's a business. And so take last year, for example. I did not particularly like last year's lineup. That's just a personal me thing. Because it was very, very EDM heavy, and I'm not really into EDM much.
That's what sells now.
But think about how many tickets sold last year. Like, it was crazy. Like, so they're going to have whoever sells, whatever is selling.
Well, maybe the truth
whatever's
of the matter,
making the money.
Maybe the truth of the matter is it needs to be somewhere in between these two. It has
you can say the truth all you want, but they got to make money somehow, Daniel.
It's a tough, tight rope to walk, because you do have to bring in ticket buyers of people that have never been, in which those names that you're talking about do draw them in. But you still have to appease the old heads quite a bit. You have to have, if Bonnaroo ceases to be Bonnaroo, if it doesn't have that flavor in the lineup, in the community, in all of the things that are happening, what are we even doing here?
I don't disagree whatsoever. I'm not disagreeing with you. I would love to see Bonnaroo go back to being more multi-genre than it was this previous year, because I think it was just too much EDM for me personally. So I would love to see more diversity in their lineup.
Yeah.
But who are these, quote, old heads that you're trying to please if they're not buying a ticket year after year after year after year after year? And they're like, oh, I don't like this lineup. I'm not going. I'm staying at the house. Or
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. This is all very complex. I just feel like if you were to book it very EDM heavy, you're fighting with the people that are probably going to go to an EDM specific festival anyways.
well, yeah.
So I don't know. It's hard for us to say. We're just people who have been going for 10 plus years and kind of know how the meat is made a little bit, not fully, you know? But the truth of the matter is, these are a lot of points that they have to hit while putting this lineup together. So you see why I'm saying it's
Now,
a make or break year when it comes to that.
yes, and I do agree that, well, I don't think you've said it yet, but I do agree that it's going to have to be gigantic and wow and impressive. And it is a little bit, I'm not going to lie, it is a little bit disappointing sometimes when you see Bonnaroo's lineup and then you see other festivals' lineups and you're like, oh.
Yeah, I know, right? That's happened.
Yes. So I do think they have to have at least one giant wow headliner or something this year to draw people in. So I do agree with that.
You know who it is. Listen, I've been saying this online. I've been saying it on the podcast. Getting Tame is make or break. If they don't get Tame at this point, they have to be transparent about why they didn't. They can't just let that elephant stand in the room like that. Everybody wants it. We were supposed to have them 2 times. They're about to be touring. A new album's out. If Tame is at literally any other festival in the United States and not on the Bonnaroo lineup, it will be a slap in the face.
Okay, don't say everybody. I mean, I love Tame. Like, yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I want Tame to be there. Don't say everybody, because I know people who've said on the Reddit, who've said on Twitter, whatever, I'm not too into Tame. Or I wouldn't, you know.
But I have seen people who have said, hey, they're not necessarily my favorite, say, like, it would be silly not to get them because so many people do. Like, everybody recognizes the value of having them
Right.
next year. And listen, I know that Bonnaroo can't just say, like, okay, cool, we'll get them. There's a lot of complications in that. Like, are they going to be in the area? Does it make sense for routing? Are they potentially taking an offer from a European festival instead?
Right.
I know that. I think if we were told that specifically, then everybody would be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. We'll probably get them in 27. But if it's just not on the lineup and there's no explanation, that one's going to sting, man. It's going to be tough to swallow that one after what happened this past year, you know? And I know saying all this stuff isn't 100% fair. I get that. And obviously you should take my opinion on this with a big grain of salt because it's one of my favorite bands. I get that it's complex, but again, that's why I'm saying lineup, make or break for 26.
I agree.
And if it's not Tame, it needs to be something good enough that makes us forget it.
Exactly.
9 Inch Nails would be great. Gorillas would be great. I think those, while we have no evidence at this point that it could happen, those would be great. Those are possible since they're probably going or about to be. 9 Inch Nails is already going. We've had some friends see their shows. Looks like Gorillas is about to be out there. I would rather have Tame, but if we had both of those, hey, I'm willing to wait till 27 if we have to for Tame, you know? Can I get off my soapbox now?
Yeah. We're talking about Saxsquatch.
All right, so yeah, tell everybody what we were up to this weekend. So
Thursday, we went to see Saxsquatch because we didn't get to see him at Bonnaroo. And we saw him over at Campus 805, which is where Straight to L is at. And after Saxsquatch, we had a Totem after party. You want to talk about that, Daniel?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So Saxsquatch was great. I hope they can rebook him for next year. First of all, he is a delight. So if you haven't seen Saxsquatch live, if you've only seen the clips and such, I would describe what he does as very similar to Grizz, or Zach from Chattanooga came to hang out with us, and he said that it was a little similar to Big Gigantic. I can see that.
Yeah. It was really good.
Very similar to what Grizz does, has some tracks that he plays with live, but is mostly playing the horn along with it. And he is great. Family entertainment. I know that sounds like a dig, but it's not. The kids were having a blast doing like a 10-year-old mosh pit in front of him because it makes sense. There's a big Sasquatch playing music. Why would a kid not love that? Yeah. He came down into the crowd with us and partied. That was a lot of fun. And yeah, I want to shout out Chase the Feeling, DJ here in Huntsville that played for us at the Totem after party. Had a couple of dozen people came out for that, heard what we were up to, listened to Chase. Great time. I hear that there's a Dead cover band playing that same event next month. We might do a little something for that one as
That's
well.
cool. Oh, yeah. I think they played in Huntsville here a while back. Oh, it's that same one we saw at the camp.
What was their name?
Oh,
we saw Cosmic Charlie before that. They
Yeah.
played the Mars
and I
Theater.
think this is the same one that played at the camp, but
Yeah.
I'm not for sure.
Their name
And-
escapes
yeah.
me. But yes, we will talk about that next week, I suppose, because we might do a little something for that one as well. Totally makes sense. A dead cover band playing the last event of the season. We also should shout out the Huntsville Music Office and Campus 805 and everybody for holding that event for the past number of months. I think it's 805 after 5.
Yes.
Our good friend Wanda has opened for the Pollies at that in the past. There was a local brass band that opened for Saxsquatch the other night. They do a good job. It's free shows.
Well,
they had a whole weekend of it this weekend because it was the 10th anniversary of Campus 805.
Yeah, the first one that I saw actually back in May or June was Dirty Dozen Brass Band,
Yeah.
who is like a legacy Bonnaroo artist.
Yeah.
Was one of the very first artists to ever play at Bonnaroo.
Was it-
Actually, the very first, if you look on the very first day of the very first lineup, was Dirty Dozen.
Was it really?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
That's some trivia I didn't know about. We saw another Rue-related band over there yesterday. Minus one person that should have been
we
there.
saw Boot Scoot yesterday
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, we went there for about an hour, but Corey wasn't there because he's like going to work Ohana or something. He was talking about that on Discord. So it was like, you joked that it was like seeing Garth Brooks' band without Garth Brooks.
I mean, basically, yes.
Nothing against the band at all. But it was like, well, where's that one guy? He's gone. You bought one of those little boot koozies. You should have brought it out here.
Oh, I should have used that
Yeah.
for my can. Oh,
Wait,
well, shoot.
can we talk about that one thing on the podcast, or is that going to remain a secret? The Venmo thing?
Oh, I do that to everybody.
So, well, you tell the story.
You tell the story if you want to talk about it.
I do want to talk about it. So they have a Scouts Honor merch booth over there where you just pay with a QR code that goes to a Venmo account and you can, take whatever you buy. Charlotte bought a little koozie in the shape of a boot. Sorry, I looked over there and saw it. She bought a koozie in the shape of a boot. And on the Venmo note, what did you put?
I wrote feet pic.
Yeah, free shot for you right there. Wait, let's see.
Oh, no, God. Showing people them things. Oh.
Oh, God, I put them away. I'm so sorry.
No, I do that to everybody because you know who did that to me?
Who?
Devin, Andrea's husband,
Yeah.
Devin.
What'd he put?
Well, he sent me $10 for their car pass or whatever back when I had to hand mail them. And he put feet pics on the Venmo. So now I do that to everybody. Like me and my friend was going to get a hotel in Nashville because we were going to see real estate. And I've been motored $100 to the hotel and I put feet pics. She
Did she
about to
really?
beat me. Yeah.
Okay, this friend usually is kind of like off the chain. So,
No, she was. Yeah.
oh, she thought it was funny,
Yes.
actually? Okay. We should have
Like,
her
oh my
on.
God.
So, okay, what now? I feel like I can say her name because she has a Rue-related story. We need to have her on one of these days because we've never had this on the show. So, our friend Amanda, I don't know if any of you may know her.
Well, she's been at all the house parties.
Yeah, if you've been to like one of the parties at our house for Halloween or South Star or something, you may have met her. She's hilarious. I love her death. Sharla has known her for like 10 years because they used to work together. Anyways, Amanda was at the Bonnaroo where the Beastie Boys had their last show. That's all I'm going to say because she has a funny story to share about that. I want her to tell it
Yeah,
on the show.
we'll have to
one of
get her
these days.
on.
We'll get her on one of these days. All right. Charlotte, we're going to get to our Patreons here in a moment, but I warned you that for this kind of like improv episode, I wanted to do weekly picks again. You got something in mind for us?
I think you should go first.
No, I want you to go
No,
first.
you go first because we might have the same one. So go.
Okay. Well, the one I was going to pick was the new Pixar movie Elio that we watched
Ooh.
last night.
Good
Was that
pick.
what you were going to pick?
No.
Okay, good. I get to tell you about it. So, you probably haven't heard of this movie because Disney did an awful job marketing it. And nobody went to go see it because I don't think anybody even knew about it. So I am a Pixar stan. I have loved their stuff for forever. I was a kid seeing the first Toy Story movie back in the day in the theater. Up until things have gotten weird with them in the past 5 or so years since Disney has kind of not treated them very well and put their movies direct to Disney Plus. I've seen pretty much everything in the theater. I think my favorite is still WALL-E. So this one was on up there for me because it's also space related. They marketed this horribly, so if you saw any trailers, it's not even representative of what the movie really is. I don't even want to tell you that much because it's about this kid that is, kind of an outcast. He's kind of lost. He doesn't know his place. He gets really obsessed with space exploration. So that's one reason I came to love that movie. It has a lot of stuff from Carl Sagan in it. I came to love it for that as well. I don't want to say much more than that because I think it's best to see it if you don't know that much about it.
Let me say this. I cried about the first 30 minutes of the movie.
That's
just like
Pixar,
tears
man.
rolling down my eyes.
Yeah. And I'll finish my thoughts about the movie in a second, but I do want to acknowledge Disney has been doing some trash stuff this past week that I don't agree with. However, I still feel that like Pixar is removed from Disney. I still choose to see them as a separate company, even though they bought them out 15 years ago. They're doing their own thing in Emeryville, California. So Disney can go stuff it for reasons I'm sure you all know right now. But movie's still good. I would totally recommend it. I would say I would put it in my top 5 of Pixar movies. It was that crazy good. Find a way to watch it. Even if you desubscribed from Disney Plus in the past week, I loved it and I think you'll love it too. Now, I'm pulling the laptop out so you can pull up the Patreon list while you tell me your pick.
Okay, I think we've talked about it before, but I think I'm still going to have
over.
Oh.
All right, what you got?
All right, we've talked about it before, but I'm still going to have to go with the show Platonic. It's such a good show. And guys, if you have not watched it, please go watch it. It's so good. It's Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne. I'm not sure how to say her last name.
I don't know. You tell me.
Oh, I don't know. But it's just such a wonderful show. And I like that it shows that adult males and females can be friends. Because people have given Daniel so much crap about having a female friend that they have to say they're brother and sister. Him and Brooklyn say that they're brother and sister. I like that a show actually shows that.
I think that show like reminds you how much we both get on your damn nerves sometimes.
Yes.
But yeah, we talked about that a couple of weeks ago. I do love that show. After we finish that show, I think the last episode or 2 is coming out in the next week or so. I want to watch The Studio that Seth Rogen and a lot of the same people made, kind of about this like imaginary movie studio. It won practically all the Emmys about a week or so ago. So I like what that whole crew has done with Platonic, so I want to see what they've done with The Studio.
So I have a second pick.
Oh, I didn't know we were going to say.
So it is September, so you guys know that means football season, all this jazz. Yeah, this is not a sports comment. I'm not talking about sports. I'm not talking about sports ball. I have to recommend, if you have never seen this show, please go watch Friday Night Lights. It is the greatest show of all time.
Oh, you're picking a 15-year-old show. Okay.
Yes, I am picking a 15-year-old show. And if you have never seen Friday Night Lights, please go watch it and you will understand that I'm pretty much married to Coach Taylor over here.
Oh, God. I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, that's what you are to the mentees.
I'm Tim Riggins, man.
The scholars. And no, you're more of a Coach Taylor for sure. And it's not about football at all. That show is not about football. It's maybe like 15% football. Like 10%. It's about life in a small town in Texas. And the show is, of course, based on the movie, and the movie is based on the book. And
they're rebooting it, apparently.
Oh, yeah. I read the book first, and then saw the movie, and then watched the show. And yes, they are rebooting it. Or apparently, they're in the process of rebooting it, and it's going to be like...
Or maybe not a reboot, but it's more like a continuation. Yeah.
I don't know.
Whatever you want to call it.
They're bringing it back.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like on the coast of Texas somewhere. It's a high school that's like rebuilding their team after a hurricane. So looking forward to that as well.
Hey, I got an update for you.
What?
Lacey is still texting me, telling me stuff that she wants for Christmas.
Oh my goodness. Make her stop.
This has been a problem. Lacey, obviously, okay, so I gave Lacey, which to back up a bit, our niece that came to Rue for the piece of Rue that we did have this year, I gave her my old phone and put on like pretty much every parental control that you could possibly think of. But she still like finds things that she wants me to buy. And I'm like, okay, if you get good grades, maybe I'll get you a little something. And she's got to return her end of the bargain on that, by the way. All right, Sharla, we need to thank our Patreons. I have the list pulled up for you.
Okay, great.
I'll tell everybody about it first. You probably already know this. So we run a Patreon. 100% of everything that we get from it goes to the Totem Foundation. If you don't know about that, you can learn more at totemfnd.org. That is the nonprofit we started about 2 years ago where we bring in scholarship recipients and we're doing a mentorship program and all kind of fun stuff. go to the website and learn about it. It's at totemfnd.org.
And please put in the name that you want us to list, because we're going to list them in the video, right?
I do. I can basically copy and paste them into there. I figured out a way to do that.
All right. Olivia, Claire, Flossie and Benji, John, Lexi, Danny, Lisa, Butter Crew, Nick, Delaney, John with the Texas Roo Crew, Brady, I Am Rave Dad, Courtney, Casey with the Texas Roo Crew, Christy, Charmel, Jums, David and Aurora, String Bean, Zach and Jeremy, Amber, Andrea, JB, Sam, Austin, James, Hygiene Queen, Chris and Shy, Dan, Ernst, Harris, Keith, Casey, Andrew, Nick, Maddie, Bruce, Andrew, Kent, Randy, Madison, Bosco, Eric and Ben, Evan, Chloe, and Sean.
All right, thank you, everybody. A number of those names were at those 2 festivals we were talking about. If you were at Shaky Knees or if you were at Riot Fest, I'm going to be pinging you because I want to have people that were at both of those things on the show next week to hear about all the good stuff that you got into.
Jums and Charmel, Chloe, and Christy were at Riot Fest.
I saw another Jums butthole picture dropped just a little bit ago.
It was a midnight sun.
How does that work? I need the next...
Flashlights.
She showed me the picture, and you could see like a bunch of people like looking back at him like, what the hell is happening over here?
It was the funniest thing. The people in the background. I can't wait for him to go to Burning Man with us because people will applaud.
We'll have like a mosh pit going for his bunghole. All right, Sharla. Sun's starting to go down out here. I've got a little work to do on the bus. We're going to like crank it up just to stir it up, and I'm going to pull it back on the boards. You want to help me with that here in just a minute?
Yeah, but I have to put on some bug spray first.
Yeah, it's a little buggy out here. All right, again, next week we'll be back. We'll get a report from Shaky Knees and Riot Fest. I'm glad you guys are having a good time out there. We're a little jealous. I get to have my fun here in about a month down at Hula. All right, guys, you know the deal. You know what's going on in the world right now. We need you to get out there and radiate positivity more than ever right now. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye.